Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Turki Al Faisal, Minister of Sports, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, Turki Al Sheikh. Day of Reckoning is one of Riyadh Season's events with the support of the Quality of Life program. So now, from the Kingdom Arena, Boulevard City, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, let's go! Coming to the ring for our next contest, Joseph Parker!
Joseph Parker so relaxed this week, and it seems, Darren, you look at his last 5 fights, Joseph Parker, about 40% of his connected punches are body shots, and there's a lot of body to work with on the 6'7" Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, and it has to be the straight shots to the body for me. If you're Parker, that jab has to poke into the chest, the body of Wilder. Try and offset the rhythm. Try and offset the footwork of Wilder, who's going to try and look to step in with big shots. That long left hook followed by the right hand. Again, focus is key here for Parker. He has to be switched on, discipline. I use that word time and time again. Plenty of feints, try and draw the lead of Wilder. But great opportunity here to rip up the script.
He is the former WBO heavyweight champion, had 2 successful title defenses, the only New Zealand man to ever win a World Boxing Championship. And Sergio, he believes if he wins tonight, he's going to get a crack at a world title sooner than later.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he'll deserve a world title. I mean, it's a tall task to ask of Joseph Parker to beat a beast like Deontay Wilder, especially when you're not a huge puncher. You're a good puncher, but not a huge puncher. I mean, it's gonna be something really difficult for him to do. But he's confident. He has the right mindset. That's the main thing. He has the right mindset, the right style, and he has Andy Lee in his corner. He's very motivated by Andy Lee in his corner as well. So maybe it's a perfect story for him.
33 wins, only 3 losses, 23 knockouts for the 31-year-old Joseph Parker. Deontay Wilder soaking in the moment. One of the criticisms of Wilder has been his resume, as good as he's been, and obviously those legendary fights with Tyson Fury. Other than Tyson Fury, you got to believe Joseph Parker is the toughest fight he will have in his career.
Yeah, especially with Parker coming into some real form. Looking good last time out, really full of confidence. So this would be a massive win on the resume of this man here.
Not quite the giant head regalia that he wore in the Tyson Fury fight, which he said was one of the reasons he lost that bout. But he does have the king, and he's hoping to get another crown tonight against the Kiwi.
Regalia? What was the word?
And now making his entrance to the ring, Deontay Wilder!
Here comes arguably the most devastating knockout heavyweight of all time. 43 wins, 42 of them coming by way of knockout, including his last fight, which didn't even last a single round, as a one-punch shot to Hellenius left him flat on his back, staring up at the ceiling. Do you expect him to do the same thing here tonight against Parker?
It's a lot difficult to land a punch like that on Joseph Parker. Parker is very good with his upper body movement. He's very good with his footwork. He has good pop to get respect, but he has also, good enough speed to box you. The thing about Deontay Wilder is he can be losing on points, but he has that eraser. He has that eraser. Now he's learning to box a little bit more, not just head hunting, not looking for that one-punch knockout. I think Malik Scott has been an excellent addition to his team, learning to box, so he has another element to his powerful game.
He's got the heart of a champion as well, telling us, I'd rather die in the ring than have the towel thrown in again, which is what happened to him in the fight against Tyson Fury, the second fight. It's a new era now. Deontay Wilder, 38 years old. He's at the tail end of his career, at least you would think. But Darren, he says he's never felt better, never felt stronger.
But now is his opportunity to show that. But I'll finish on this. The first thing that goes is your punch resistance. Now 38, how much is left? But the last thing that goes is your punch power.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is a presentation of Hall of Fame promoter Mr. Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions for Riyadh Season and National Event Center in association with the General Entertainment Authority, Gold Star Promotions, and Sella. This contest is presented along with Bomb Squad. Special thanks to the British Boxing Board of Control for their support throughout this evening. BBB of C, steward in charge of this bout, Robin Smith. WBC supervisor from Italy, Mauro Betti. WBO supervisor from Wales, Robert Smith. The three judges assigned, all from the United Kingdom, Michael Alexander, Steve Gray, and John Latham. And in charge of the action inside the ring when it begins, your referee, Mark Lyson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-featured Day of Reckoning contest. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBC, International and WBO Intercontinental Unified Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with burgundy, official weight 245.3 pounds. His record, 36 fights, 33 victories, including 23 big wins by knockout, with 3 defeats. From South Auckland, he's the heavyweight fighting pride of New Zealand, the number 3 ranked heavyweight in the world by the WBO, former WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Lupi Solai, La Ole Ole Maliatoa, a.k.a. Big Joseph Parker. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and gold, officially weighing in at 213 pounds, and he brings an outstanding record consisting of 46 fights, 43 victories, 42 by knockout victory against 2 defeats with 1 draw. Born, raised, living, training, and fighting out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, USA, the WBC and WBA number 1 ranked heavyweight in the world, the former WBC heavyweight world champion, the Bronx Bomber, Dr. Sleep, Deontay Wilder.
Okay, boxers, I've spoke to you both already. You know what I expect. Stay professional, obey my commands, and most of all, protect yourself at all times. Touch good, boys. Good luck to you both.
Conventional wisdom says Joseph Parker should stick and move this fight, but his trainer Andy Lee said, listen, we're here to fight fire with fire. We aren't just looking for a knockout, we expect it. And upon hearing that, Wilder responded by saying, I hope Parker brought a pillow and a blanket. I'm going to put him to sleep.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't be surprised if Parker was able to stop Wilder, but I don't think it would be in a shootout.
I think a shootout would be a bad decision for Joseph Parker. You got to pick your spots to be aggressive. Pick your moments to sling the power. Because we know who the puncher in this fight is, and that's Deontay Wilder, by far.
I like this. I like this approach from Parker, holding the center of the ring, allowing space behind him. So when Wilder does spring in with the big shots, he can move his feet out of range. So important when you're backed up to the ropes. You have got nowhere to go.
This is such a fun matchup. Deontay Wilder, as you know, can end it with a straight right hand. Parker, he's a good boxer. He's got power as well, coming off a third round knockout win himself right here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Stopped Simon King back in October.
Yeah, and he looked good, Tom. Quick hands, good variation. We know he's got every shot in his arsenal.
It is 1 a.m. local time here in Riyadh. Hope you're enjoying this fight no matter where you are in the world.
You can see the respect that Joseph Parker has for that power, just staying out of range of that right hand early on.
And that jab, we've seen the jab from Wilder there, just falling short with the shot, but that's what he needs to do. Find the range with the jab, then he can look for that right hand.
And I expect a lot of jabs to the midsection of Wilder. When you're dealing with a very tall, rangy person and a boxer like Wilder, you want to aim at the midsection, and that opens up everything else.
Look how far away Parker is right now. Only Wilder could land a punch. Wilder with a 7-inch reach advantage.
Very patient start from both.
Well, I expect patience from Wilder right now since he's been inactive for over 2 years. So he wants to get the feel of the ring again, you know, being under the bright lights, get the quickness of the speed of the punches. You know, so this is a strategy by Wilder right now to not really go looking for anything big. Just get the cobwebs out and get the feeling of the ring again.
Yeah, on the flip side, I think Parker won't want to be gun-ho, doesn't want to get sloppy, careless. So I think that may be his reason.
Nice right hand there from Parker. He lands the first consequential blow.
Yeah, it was a good right hand.
If he starts throwing the jab to the belly, that right hand was actually going to land a little bit more effectively.
Todd Grisham, Sergio Mora, Darren Barker, and Chris Mannix ringside here for this co-main event of the evening, but it could very well be the main event.
The danger about throwing that jab to the belly is, since Wilder's so tall and so lanky that he can be throwing the right hand down.
So unlike Robert Helenius in Wilder's last fight, Parker is going to finish round one.
Good. You're staying patient. I don't mind it, and you're calm, cool, and collected. Before you give me a single jab, give me a double feint. Because he's cognizant of everything. He don't even want you to land a jab. Yeah. So make him comfortable with the feints. But when he take his chance, you got to look at the in-between to see what you can get there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Continue being patient, brother. Before a single jab, I'd rather a double feint. No single.
Jab up, jab down. The feints are working good. The steps are good. Perfect round. Okay. Let's go round in the back. Well, he's there. When you see him reorganizing on the road, shoot down right hand to the head, okay? As long as you exit low, you're fine.
Seconds out. Round two.
Coming into this fight, Wilder said, I don't care what Joseph Parker says to you. He's never felt the power that I bring and possess. Malik Scott, his trainer, said Wilder's got decapitation power.
And there Parker comes out with the jab to the belly. That's what I want to see more of. You know, in quiet rounds, you just want to start, you know, setting the foundation for something that can land later. And that's the jab to the chest, the jab to the belly, and foot feints.
Chris, what do you make of the weight of Deontay Wilder?
I think it's the ideal weight for him. The third fight against Tyson Fury, he came in the high 230s. That was the highest of his career. When he's at his best, he is anywhere from 213 to 217. Came in right around 213 for this fight, so he is at an optimal weight for his best success.
Optimal weight for him to be moving around as well.
Yeah.
So that's probably strategic, that they want to be lighter, but they can be lighter on their feet.
Yeah, exactly that. Very nimble, moving.
Well, as you got, I mean, look, muscle does not produce power. It was always kind of strange to me that Deontay muscled up before that third fight with Tyson Fury.
Yeah, it's the speed that generates so much power. The commitment when he throws the shot from Wilder also.
It's the speed, the commitment, and the timing, and also the lankiness. Like, Wilder has that Thomas Hearns type power where, you know, he can extend that long reach, and he can get that whole torque when he moves his whole hip and the shoulders. It's a lanky, skinny type of power, but it's explosive when it lands.
I still believe this is a positive start, though, for Parker.
Well, he hasn't been knocked out yet. Of course it is. Right? That's what you have to avoid.
He's holding centering, yet to really close the gap, but making Wilder move a lot. Again, still hasn't brought either foot, either side of Wilder to try and cut the ring down.
Does Parker want to get inside on Wilder and just try and bang it out?
Look, it's either or. He's either got to be out of range or very close, then he can work away. I think at punching range, with the speed that Wilder delivers the shot, you have to be very careful, Parker. So either wait for Wilder to fall short, then fight back with a counter, or work inside.
I agree with the inside part. He needs to get inside to make it aggressive. I don't agree with the outside part, Darren, because of the long reach and that explosive reach. That's where the power actually really detonates for Deontay Wilder, the farther you are. You know, so I think mid-range and inside is where Parker's going to be safe or more comfortable.
This is the third straight fight where Wilder's had a hiatus of more than a year, so perhaps some ring rust he's trying to shake off right now. Parker, on the other hand, fighting for the 4th time this year.
And Parker should take advantage of these quiet rounds. Just, you know, a light little flurry can steal the round.
How you feeling? Yeah, all right. Easy work? Yeah. The opportunities are there. Don't hesitate. Open them up with feints. You can, when you get into the ropes, take your chance. Okay. This is your chance, though. Okay. The more you try, the more lucky you're going to get, the more accurate you're going to get. Yeah. So if the jab to the body, right hand to the head, yeah? Or the right hand, left hook goes in. Good round. You got 2 rounds in the bag. So we're not going for points, we're going for a knockout. Yeah. And you can knock this guy out. Yeah. More punches. No, you've done all right now. You've worked your way into it. You're boxing well. You've won the 2 rounds. Jab to the body, jab to the body, jab to the body, right hand to the head. Yeah. Left hook after.
Seconds out. Round 3.
There you hear former champion Andy Lee in the corner of Joseph Parker asking for more jabs to the body. And that's exactly what I would like to see. When you're dealing with a tall, lanky fighter, aim at the body. That's going to bring down the head a little bit more if we can land that overhand right that you're looking for.
Yeah, when he throws that jab to the body, he needs to bring that front foot in, though. He doesn't want to fall over the front foot. He'd be in a terrible position there to be caught by the right hand of Wilder. It's a feet crucial.
There with the right hand, and he missed. Parker wisely getting inside, trying to smother that punch. Wilder, a very late start as a fighter, didn't begin his amateur career until he was 20. In the span of just 35 amateur bouts, he won an Olympic bronze medal at the 2008 Beijing Games, the only medal winner on the U.S. team.
Yeah, heavyweights are pretty much the only ones that can get aggressive with a late start like that. They can have success because they're just so big and they concentrate on just 2 big punches, a long jab and a detonating right hand.
I'm not surprised that Parker's being hesitant. Are you a little surprised by Wilder being so cautious?
Yeah, I'd like to see him sort of spring in with that long left hook and the right hand, but he's biding his time.
he's looking for something, Darren. He's using the entirety of this ring, which is the kind of stuff you see from bantamweights and not heavyweight like Deontay Wilder. So he's clearly looking for one big shot.
And one big shot is what Parker was just looking for there. You know, that's a well-timed overhand right. That's a good strategy, but you need to set that up. You need to fool your opponent, you know, with foot feints, with jabs to the chest, double jabs to the belly. Then that overhand might have success.
A left to the body there from Parker. This crowd waiting for something big to happen.
It'll come soon.
Maybe some more feints as well from either fighter here. Try and draw out the lead from one another. If I was Parker, I'd be feinting a lot more.
Deontay Wilder is a natural explosive puncher, one of the most dangerous punchers in boxing history, but he's also has that fierce mentality, fighter mentality, that warrior mentality. So the fight's gonna explode any minute. I think, you know, the one that's gonna follow the strategy all the way to the end is gonna be Joseph Parker.
Dangerous moment there. You just sense it when Parker closes inside. And that jab backed Wilder up against the ropes.
Yeah, double jab caught Wilder's force coming in, and that actually affected Wilder. Shook his legs a little bit.
Yeah, the balance didn't look great there of Wilder.
Yeah, you got to remember, you know, Deontay Wilder's in his late 30s now. You know, he's 38 years old, so moving around this much is going to take away from the legs, especially when you're not a mover. You're not accustomed to being a boxer and using the entire ring.
A wry smile from Wilder there, who thinks, you know what, he's going to get it in a minute. Let's check in with Olivia, who's with Devin Haney.
Devin, the overriding favourite, according to our DAZN fan zone. So fans watching in the UK and the US think that Deontay Wilder is going to win this fight. How are you seeing it right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I think that he just, you know, trying to set it up and trying to, you know, get Joseph to relax. But Joseph so far is boxing well, so can't be mad at it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Remember, if you're watching in the UK and the US, the DAZN fan zone, make sure you get involved. Join the conversation. All you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen below. And of course, we've got this fight coming up. And of course, the other main event as well. Back to you, Todd.
Darren, from what you've seen so far, has your prediction changed of what kind of fight this is going to end up being? Who's going to win?
I always knew it was going to be a difficult night for Wilder. With Parker in form, looking good last time out, full of confidence, needs to stay switched on though. We've touched on this all week. This can end in a blink.
Yeah, I didn't expect Parker to go anywhere in the first half of the fight. You know, this is going to be a second half type fight, and it's sure unfolding that way right now.
That's the shot there, the correct shot that Parker just threw as Wilder was moving to his left. But that's what we're waiting for, that explosive 1-2.
That was actually a 3-2. You know, I'd never seen that from Wilder. It was a 3-2.
Oh, right hand from Parker, and now the right hand lands from Wilder.
And there's the fight we're looking for. Two big right hands landed on each. Wilder, I'm telling you, he's mean. He won't avoid a fight. He won't avoid a fight. I mean, he can stick to strategy and all, but as soon as he gets touched, he's going to go looking for more.
He just got touched again, and then Wilder throwing a chopping right hand on the inside, but kudos to Parker for going and getting it.
See, some guys, once they get touched, then they start boxing. They start realizing, oh, I can get hurt here. Wilder's the opposite, man. He can do the knocking out, but once he gets clipped on the chin, he wants to get it back quick.
Yeah, maybe that might set this fight alight now. That's giving Parker some real positive energy there. You can see just starting to close the gap slightly now, creeping a little bit more. He's looking for that right hand again.
Wilder telling us this week, and you heard Michael Buffer say it, I've got another nickname, Dr. Sleep.
There we go. I want to see that from Wilder. If you're going to be moving that much and you start flicking the jab out there, not to land, but just letting it out there just so you can get the timing, the range, you know, set up and zero in on that right hand. There you go. That's what I'm talking about right there. That you get the feeling. you know, you get the feeling of boxing. You're just not backing up and backpedaling. You're actually boxing, sticking and moving.
And you can start finding the distance slightly. He's falling short with the jab, don't get me wrong, but like you say, you get a feel for it, and you can start getting the distance. That will allow him to find the right hand.
And you look like you're actually trying to find an opening, not just backing up.
There from Wilder. He's used that right hand very sparingly, but he's had his moments that he thinks he can land it. That was one of them, but missed. And now Parker coming in like a sprinter.
That was a good 1-2, good attack from Parker, and he done exactly the right thing afterwards. He just kept his hands high, avoided anything that come back from Wilder.
Coming up next, it is our main event, and there is Anthony Joshua. Normally so happy, smiling all the time, but this week, Darren, he's looked all business.
Yeah, he has. Some may say a little tense, but extremely focused, in my opinion. He knows the task at hand. He knows the pot of gold for him if he was to win. So a big job to take care of this evening.
I think we've seen a transformation of Anthony Joshua after the second loss to Usyk. The way he left the ring, the bad guy approach, I think that really stuck to him.
Taking on Otto Wallen. Some good moments in this round for Joseph Parker.
Good attempts on moments. Nothing really landed cleanly, but yes, he's getting closer and closer, and so is Wilder with that right hand.
He was close there, guys.
See, the reason this came up short is because he didn't have his left foot in the door. You know, he's a little bit too far away. When you have a reach and a length as Wilder, you got to double your jab. You got to double your way into that jab. And I want to see more of those jabs to the gut.
That's the shot, the jab to the body. That will allow him to find the right hand. It's a good shot.
Let's see how Chris Mannix has it scored.
I've got it 4 rounds to none in favor of Joseph Parker. It's not like Joseph Parker is having this brilliant, complete fight. So Deontay Wilder really hasn't thrown anything up until this point. You see Joseph Parker being the aggressor more over these last couple of rounds. So right now, 4 rounds to none in favor of Joe Parker.
And I would have to agree with that, because the thing about Wilder is he's not jabbing backing up. See, if he was jabbing, then he'll be boxing. But right now he's avoiding conflict. You know, he's not throwing anything back. He's not countering. He's not setting up anything. It's Parker that's trying to set up something. It's Parker on the front foot.
Yeah, he's not being first, Wilder. He's trying to react to something that Parker's doing, but he needs to be first a bit more, in my opinion. Get behind the jab. Be positive. Make something happen yourself. Stop waiting.
See, there's that jab to the belly right there. See, in quiet rounds, if Wilder's going to keep moving like this, just keep touching that. Get that point. Get that point in the belly right there.
Would you like to see Wilder coming forward himself instead of just letting Parker be the aggressor?
Well, that's his style. I mean, his style is aggression and power and going after the knockout. But this is strategy that he's attempting to do, and we're not accustomed to seeing it really. But this is what punchers have to do when they start evolving into older fighters. They can't knock everyone out. They start boxing. But Wilder started boxing way too late for him to get, you know, fluidity with his legs and upper body movement. He's a blunt puncher, so he can't change too much.
And there was a right hand from Parker. Again, he's scoring the points, Darren.
Yeah, he is. He's landing the shots. We see a moment ago, Wilder just poked out the double jab. He needs to double feint, step in twice, then look for the right hand.
Almost any boxer you ask will say you're never going to get a knockout when you're looking for one. It just has to come. It seems like Wilder is only looking for the knockout.
Yeah, look, he's looking for something to pounce on. But I think he's got to be a bit more proactive, be first.
He's looking for the knockout, but he's not trying to set up the knockout. That's a big difference. So by looking for it, it's Parker that's just doing this a little bit more that he can find success in winning the round.
This is also not a new development with Deontay Wilder. I was in Vegas when he fought Luis Ortiz for the second time. He lost every minute of those first, I think, 6 rounds of that fight before connecting with a bomb that put Luis Ortiz down. So Deontay Wilder doesn't fight fights to win any of them by decision. He's looking for one shot.
An overhand right from Parker seems to graze Wilder as we enter the final 10 seconds here of round number 5. Wilder listed as an 8-1 favorite in Vegas heading into this one.
yeah? You're winning every round, and there's so much more you can do.
Yeah.
He's breaking down. The jab to the body's hurting, okay?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is be alert, and there's no danger. As long as you're alert, don't be...
I think Andy Lee in that corner would be thrilled the way that Parker's started. Like you say, not winning these rounds in unbelievable fashion, but he's winning the rounds. You know, he's taking the space away from Wilder. He's trying to make things happen, landing some good shots. And like I say, Wilder's trying to be reactive to what's coming his way. I feel he's got to be a bit more positive in his work.
And I'll tell you what, if Parker would have looped that shot over the shoulder instead of throwing it straight, he would have landed and it would have way more effect on Wilder.
Darren, if you're Andy Lee, who I know, you know very well, you've worked with him for years, do you just tell Joseph Parker, just keep doing what you're doing?
Yeah, and a few more feints, a few more jabs to head, body, bring those feet in when you throw the right hand, but generally he'll be pleased with this.
I agree. There you go. That's it. Jab up, jab down. Keep backing up Wilder. You'll get points.
And on the flip side, it's so important now that Wilder starts to establish his own jab. That is the way he will find the right hand.
And I'll tell you what, guys, you guys were actually frowning on Dimitri Bivol backing up, boxing, and not looking for the knockout. You haven't said one negative thing about Wilder, where he hasn't attempted to do anything here.
We have him down 5-0.
Well, yeah, but we're not saying what does Wilder need to do. How come he's not doing this? You know, he's following the strategy.
Yeah, at some point he has to let his hands go.
Exactly.
He has to let his hands go soon. You know, he talks such a good fight. We're expecting so much. Show us. Show us that power. Show us why you're calling yourself Dr. Sleep.
What will Wilder do if the right hand's not there? What if he can't score that one-punch knockout? What's plan B?
I'm not too sure there is a plan B.
Plan B is plan A.
Plan B is plan A, exactly. Well, one thing's for sure, he cannot continue to keep doing this. This is far, far too easy for Parker.
And this is the thing about devastating punchers. You know, they usually don't have a plan B because they've been so successful knocking out everyone they put in front of them.
I've always said that sometimes a fighter's best asset can be their worst asset, can be their letdown. Because they get gun-ho, they start looking for the shot, but we're yet to see Wilder look for the shot.
Parker's getting closer and closer and looping that overhand right like he should be throwing it. He should be throwing it like a rainbow over the top of the shoulder instead of throwing it straight.
Well, can he find that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? I mean, he had to.
I think that's why he used the jab to the body. Bend the knees, then arc that right hand over the top.
But and there's Wilder now starting to come forward, at least in that instance.
And there's the Wilder we know. A little reckless, but that's him. That's how he's dangerous. He's powerful and he's a little reckless, especially when he goes after a knockout, but he's effective. He just needs to graze you and hurt you. Wilder has like that Julian Jackson type power where he can just graze you and then your legs are gonna go. And there's Parker almost landing that overhand right again.
Oh, that's that right hand.
Yeah, and into the body for Parker, who's gaining more and more confidence, but that could be a double-edged sword against somebody like Wilder.
That's the shot from Parker, fantastic. But signs there that Wilder's starting to let his hands go.
Make sure you check out the first Riyadh Season Tennis Cup from December 26th to 27th. Watch tennis icons Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz, and others swing, serve, smash, and battle it out on the court live on DAZN. And by the way, that tennis court is underneath us right now. This is where that match will take place.
This really is.
Also, big Boxing Day matchup between Al Ittihad going head-to-head with Al Nasser live on DAZN. Cristiano Ronaldo on your screen and in attendance here.
Yeah, this is some arena. It really is incredible. It is breathtaking.
Seconds out, round 7.
If you're Joe Parker, as you begin the second half of the fight, it's got to be about keeping discipline. You've got to fight the second half the exact same way you fought the first.
Yeah, he's basically halfway home right now, Parker. 6 more rounds like the first 6, and he's going to be only the second man to defeat Deontay Wilder. Let's look at Chris Mannix's scorecard.
Yeah, through the first half of the fight, I've got a clean sweep for Joseph Parker. I thought that right hand at the very end of the 6th round was enough to give it to Parker. He's just landing the cleaner punches. They're not coming at a high volume, but the cleanest punches are being landed by Parker.
Yeah, Chris, when you're only getting hit 2 or 3 times, you hit the other guy 5 or 6 times, you win the round.
Look, through 6 rounds, Joseph Parker's landed 35 punches. Deontay Wilder landed just 16.
I think it's where he's positioned in the ring, Parker. He's not allowing Wilder to get a foothold into the contest. He's not getting bullied, backed up. He's just not allowed Wilder to get on the front foot.
And Wilder's not an inside fighter. You see inside, he's not a clumsy, he's kind of clumsy inside. Those long arms need extension, you know, so inside, that's Parker's game right there. He should just be hitting anything available. Even if it's just the biceps, shoulders, just stay busy.
He's going to exit this corner. Yep, look, he's going to exit the corner to his left, Wilder. That's where you just dip the head to the left, throw that right hand, as you said, Sergio. A big looping overhand right.
Or even to the body. Even to the body, yeah. That actually soften up the body, start getting the left arm to go down, then an opening will come to the left side of the head.
Boy, I don't know how many body shots either guy has thrown in this fight. Count them on one hand, probably. There's one.
Well, that's what Parker needs to start doing, and I think Andy Lee told him that 3 rounds ago, more jabs to the body. It seems like they're not effective, but they are effective. They're annoying, and they're like probably the #1 thing you can do to set up big shots, especially with taller, leaner fighters.
Oh, there's a right hand, grazed the skull of Parker. Let's see if Wilder tries to follow up on it.
That's what I want to see more of, though. That explosive speed, stepping in behind the long left hook and the right hand. He needs to build from this now, Wilder. We need to see more of that.
Both fighters are winding up that right hand. Both of them. If you see them, they're cocked and ready to go.
Wilder should have plenty gas in the tank here to maybe pick around where he...
There it is.
And that's the right hand from Parker as Wilder stumbled back a little bit.
Both of them threw the exact same shot. Parker landed a little bit better.
He's starting to let the shot go now, Wilder.
But missing by about 2 feet.
He is missing, but just starting to show more intent. This is where it's important for Parker to get back to the corner. Be told, stay switched on. Don't get careless.
Just came up short right there, Parker.
So hopefully this fight beginning to heat up. And Anthony Joshua getting his sweat on as he warms up, preparing to take on Otto Wallin. And in the back of his mind, AJ knows, at least reports say, he's supposed to fight Deontay Wilder in March of next year, but the best laid plans of mice and men may not allow that, as Wilder right now is getting beaten by Joseph Parker. And there's Otto Wallin, who hopes to pull off an upset of his own in the main event.
And listen, we might be seeing 2 of the exact same performances, because Wallin, he's live dog as well. I mean, we're seeing a live dog, and Parker possibly winning this fight. I mean, it can go either way, man. This is the thing when you try to set up big fights. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, we saw Tyson Fury had that fight set up with Usyk, and he got dropped by Ngannou and nearly lost that fight. You can't get caught looking ahead. Round 8. According to Chris Mannix's scorecard, Parker could lose the rest of the rounds in this fight and still win.
And if that's the case, if I was Parker, I would kind of just start switching my game plan to stay away from the right hand, because pretty much that's the only punch that Wilder has in his arsenal. So if Parker can start moving to his right and forcing Wilder to go to his right, stay on that flank and just keep jabbing, keep fighting this boring fight that you're winning.
Yeah, by bringing his right foot across, that will make Wilder move to his left, enabling Parker to actually find his own right hand. So footwork is key here. Concentration, of course, also so important. for Parker, but yeah, you can hear behind us saying let it go. You've got to let the shot go.
Bill Haney, I believe that was the father of Devin Haney, shouting instructions to Deontay, but I think that's what everybody's saying at home right now. Let it go, Deontay.
And listen, Boyne is big shot.
And now right-handed backs Parker up. Didn't win flush though, but we're finally getting some exchanges between these two.
Wilder took a big right hand right there and came right back. That's the thing about Wilder. He's a reactive fighter. Anytime he hits something, he's going to try to get it right back. That could work against him with a sly fighter like Parker.
Again, he needs to build from that, Wilder. Work again, let your hands go. Just too many breaks, far too many breaks. Waiting far too long.
And if you notice, Parker's already breaking that distance a lot easier now. You know, he already got the timing and the speed of Wilder. Look, he's already in punching range. Just missed that right hand right there.
Yeah, that's where you bring the right foot across. That's the right idea. That's the right shot for Parker. But just needs to bring the foot across.
But again, Parker cannot afford to get too comfortable. You let your guard down for a second, and Wilder ends it.
I love those 3 jabs right there. Up, down, up. That's exactly what's going to work to land the right hand. I would love to see him do that exact same thing and throw the right hand right to the gut.
Loves it.
And Wilder's hurt. He is hurt. And he's holding on right now. It's Parker, who said I'm going for the knockout, is certainly doing so here in the 8th round.
Uppercuts if you're Joseph Parker.
Caught him again. Wilder swinging at ghosts right now.
Wilder's got to hold on here. The referee's close.
There's that big rainbow shot you've been asking for, Sergio.
This is great work from Parker. The legs are completely gone of Wilder.
That overhand right is going to land, but throw a shot to the body, then come over the top.
Deontay Wilder is damaged goods heading into the 9th round.
This place has just come alive. Incredible stuff from Joseph Parker. A man in form, a man with self-belief.
A little bit more alert. That could have been easily
Incredible.
And then look, there's that overhand right. And the reason it landed is because the left foot finally got in the front door. It got in the space of where Wilder was keeping Parker from. It barely grazed, but barely was just enough. The legs were gone, Wilder was hurt.
And I love the intent as well from Parker. He knew he hurt Wilder and he went hell for leather to get the finish.
That reminded me of when Sugar Ray Leonard was being outboxed by Thomas Hearns, and then that overhand right just grazed the head of Hearns, and then Leonard went nuts with the flurry. Boom!
Wow.
Darren, that's exactly what you said. Duck your head down to the right and bring that overhand right. Parker did it multiple times, and they all caused problems.
That's the shot. Take your head off the line, out of the danger zone, and throw the right hand. Fantastic stuff.
Deontay Wilder's dreams of recapturing heavyweight gold are in serious jeopardy here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Deontay Wilder is still dangerous even when he's hurt. He knocked out Ortiz after being hurt in the first fight. He knocked down Tyson Fury after being hurt in their fights.
Wilder is a reactive fighter. He is a prideful fighter. He got rocked in that round. He's going to come back and want to get his respect.
Big 8th round for Joseph Parker, who so far has fought a brilliant game plan.
That overhand right's gonna land again, guys. It's gonna land again. I don't like the upper body. There's no upper body movement by Wilder. He's stationary. He's controlled.
His legs, his knees keep locking, Darren.
The legs don't look good at all of Wilder. So that right hand is finding a home every time Parker throws it, and he's doing the right things that we've been calling for, Sergio. Working the body first with the straight shots.
Anytime you're dealing with really tall fighters and they're hurt like that, they're visibly legs, they'll go out. That's the problem with big, tall, rangy punchers. Once they're hurt, they can't hide that they're hurt. Their legs betray them.
I mean, I'd love to pay a penny for the thoughts of Wilder. What is he thinking inside there? What is he waiting for? Visibly hurt, unsteady.
And I love the fact that Joseph Parker is staying disciplined. After that big round, after piling up rounds, he's still big left hand.
Yeah, caught him against the ropes. Wilder just leans back over that top rope, and he's so vulnerable.
Always Parker, I'll just keep jabbing to the chest, jabbing to the belly, backing up Wilder. Let Wilder make the mistake. Let Wilder come with a right hand looking for something.
I understand that Deontay Wilder is lethal with that counter shot, but at this stage, you've got to be more offensive oriented. You've got to force something in there because you're down big. And there's only 2.5 rounds and 3.5 rounds.
Yeah, double feint, double jab. Let the right hand go. What on earth is he waiting for?
As Father Time caught up with Deontay Wilder at the age of 38 years.
And this goes back to the fragility of fighters once they get knocked out. You know, I don't care how much of a puncher they are, how devastating they are. Once they get stopped, once they get their chin cracked, they're never the same. And we're seeing examples of that with Deontay Wilder.
Just started to bring his feet in slightly. Wilder is looking for the shot.
Yeah, now Wilder's coming forward for one of the very few times in this fight. He gets caught there, yeah.
And this is where Andy Lee said Parker's not going to hide from it. You can bet Parker's going to swing in between the shots. You can see him right there, cocking up that right hand.
Right now, I'm interested to see if Wilder will come out the next round and hold the center of the ring.
Shades of Wilder and Luis Ortiz again.
Look at me. Look at me. You just came past a milestone. I need you to look at me and tell me you still got that blessing. You feel what I'm saying? Look for the shot.
And right here, Joseph Parker just holding on, just barely missed with that big left hook, ricocheting off the chin of Deontay Wilder. Better keep that chin down. That punch almost landed, and that almost would have been good night. You can see it in the eyes of Joseph Parker. He ain't going nowhere.
Full of confidence. Remember, his trainer said, Andy Lee said, we're not just going for the knockout, we expect to get it.
And that is a boxer that has total faith in his trainer. Total faith in the strategy and executing that strategy, and he's doing that to perfection, Joseph Parker.
Almost very, very close to making it happen.
And it appears, sorry, Darren, it appears Joseph Parker has learned lessons from that crushing defeat to Joe Joyce 15 months ago.
Sharp jab right there from Parker. That backed Wilder up.
Round 10 of 12. Wilder has to dig deep, find something, somewhere, somehow.
Wilder's going to look for an uppercut now.
Yes, the uppercut.
He's going to look for an uppercut. Parker better be careful because he is dipping to that side.
Darren, this is the first adjustment I've seen Deontay Wilder make in that fight. Now on the front foot moving forward.
And he needs to build from it. It's okay holding the center of the ring, but he needs to let his hands go. He's playing catch up now.
Parker didn't like that hook. He felt the devastating power of Wilder, even though it was blocked. I mean, when you have that much power, you still feel the impact of that power.
You can see now Wilder is starting to let his hands go. He's trying to get into the fight. It's important now for Parker, I feel, to start feinting. Start making Wilder a little worried about letting his hands go.
Another bull rush there from Joseph Parker. It's been effective.
It's been effective, but if you're that much ahead in this fight, like we think he is and like they think they are, maybe it's time to start playing the matador and backing up. Let Wilder come to you.
And you wonder how much that trilogy with Tyson Fury has taken out of Deontay Wilder. He was dropped 3 times in the last fight.
You don't have to wonder. It did take a lot out of him.
And look at power punches through round 9. Joseph Parker, 44-17.
Again, waiting far too long, Wilder.
Sergio, is this more because of Deontay Wilder's strategy, his age,
no, strategy,
or what Joseph Parker's doing?
Strategy's out the window. Don't blame age. This is all Joseph Parker. This is all Andy Lee's strategy, and they're executing to perfection.
I completely agree, Sergio. I do think that Deontay's strategy is a little bizarre. The amount of movement he's been doing in this fight, the lack of the jab, the lack of engaging, it's just been a problem.
It's almost like Wilder is treating Parker as the big hitter instead of vice versa.
Absolutely, the way he's moving, starting to breathe quite heavy now, Wilder as well. He's moved an awful lot in this contest. He's doing the the right thing as well. He's tucking up, he's moving his head. Oh, the big overhand right.
And there was that uppercut that I said that he should go for, but look, credit to Parker. He knew that was coming, he came over the top.
2 rounds to go. Edgar Berlanga returns to action February 24th in Orlando, Florida, facing Predrag McCoy in a 12-round super middleweight main event. Berlanga 21-0 with 16 knockouts, started his career with 16 straight first-round stoppage wins, and looks to get back to his KO winning ways here on DAZN.
He's got to try and win the fight now. That's going to play into your hands, okay?
When you guys asked me, how do I see this fight going? I said, I like Parker. And the over, you guys said, so do you expect Parker to win a decision? I said, well, it has to be. Right now, we're seeing that unfold in front of our eyes.
So close. He is so close to getting that upset, ripping up the script, and making a real name once again for himself.
Hey, I know Joseph Parker, a former WBO champion, but would this, if he gets this victory, would this be a bigger moment than that?
Huge, huge moment. Becoming a world champion is the goal for every fighter, but to beat a marquee fighter, one of the biggest punchers this division's seen, would be huge for him, his confidence and his career to push on and win a world title once again.
But we expected this with Joseph Parker. He's accustomed to power. He's accustomed to fighting big, strong men. That wasn't going to intimidate him. It's speed, it's defense, it's backing up, fighting with the game plan, executing that game plan. Deontay Wilder hasn't done none of that in 10 rounds.
These are the championship rounds. Remember, of course, Wilder got that dramatic 12th round knockdown of Tyson Fury in their first fight. He's going to need some late drama here for sure, as he's down big on all the judges' scorecards, you would think.
You know, I like how Joseph Parker is reacting when he sees that right hand coming. He's just dipping his head into the chest of Deontay Wilder to kind of blunt any sort of power.
And that's where Wilder throws the uppercut.
And he's throwing that overhand right when he's dipping his head in that chest. That's a game plan that Parker is doing. They told us, Anthony Lee, Joseph Parker said, I'm not going to avoid a firefight. I'm going after Wilder. And you could see that anytime Wilder's looking for that big right hand, Parker's throwing his own.
Nice jab there, getting the legs look slightly unsteady at Wilder. And that was to the chest.
There it is again.
Parker's able to avoid that right hand because Deontay's sort of telegraphing it. He's stepping into it and giving Parker enough time to react.
Wilder has always telegraphed that right hand. This is more of that, an executed game plan and footwork by Joseph Parker.
Wilder's corner urging him to go after Parker, to push the pace, put Parker on the back foot, but he's just either unwilling or unable to do it.
I must say,
Darren, that was Joseph Parker delaying right there, grabbing onto Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, very smart.
That's very smart. That's Hector Camacho-ish. You know, you kill time. 10 seconds is 10 seconds. You know, if you're ahead in the fight, buy some time.
Good left hand from Joe Parker there.
And look at Parker still intimidating Wilder with that right hand. Not throwing it, just letting him know it's right there, cocked and ready to go.
Yeah, it's there. He's letting him know this is good work. Smart, experienced work down the stretch from Parker.
Parker better start dipping to his left now. I don't like how close Wilder got almost landed that right hand, throwing it down to the right side of Parker. Parker needs to start dipping to his left, moving to his left, and maybe even start backing up now. Let Wilder come to you.
That's how I'm so surprised we're not seeing Wilder throw the uppercut.
Another overhand right from Parker, who's just beaming with confidence. 1 round to go here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
It's time for Malik Scott to have his Angelo Dundee moment here. You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it.
That's all he wants.
Yeah, this has to be the
point
right
with your high hand would just be tough with it. You shut it down. It's time to go to him, bro.
Listen.
You got to go to him, bro.
Yes.
And punch through him.
Listen to me, D. Position yourself a little bit to your right. A little bit this way, okay? And go at it from that angle. That's where your right hand's going to be, and that's where his overhand right.
far, far more urgency required in that corner from Malik Scott. For me, it's the last round. You've got the opportunity to face Anthony Joshua if he comes through Wallin in one of the biggest fights in history, and it's far too calm. I need more. We need more from this man.
You know, I thought it was notable in that corner, the loudest voice was Jay Deese. He was now the co-trainer of Deontay Wilder. He's the man that taught Deontay boxing. It was his final instructions as we go into the 12th.
3 minutes away from Joseph Parker sending shockwaves through the heavyweight division. Here's Chris Mannix's scorecard.
I've got a complete shutout. 11 rounds to none in favor of Joseph Parker.
Is this smart by Parker, who's going for a knockout here in the last round?
Well, we see it with Dubois, didn't we, against Miller, but this is a different kettle of fish, and like you said, Chris, doing the right thing with his head position, Parker, when he's letting the shots go, or when Wilder throws his shots, just dips down. We see it again there, right above us here in the commentary position, just rolling under the right hand.
And now the Bronze Bomber is bombing away, but is it too little, too late in the last round?
Why leave it so late?
Respect. And that right hand right there, that's exactly why leave it so late, why he left it so late.
You boxing historians may remember when Billy Conn was beating Joe Louis, but he went for the knockout, and he lost. Will Parker make that same mistake here with under 2 minutes to go in the 12th?
I'm telling you right now, Wilder, if he keeps throwing wild shots like that, he's going to get knocked out in this last round, because Parker's not going anywhere. His feet are planted, and Parker's still looking for that overhand right.
It's now or never for Deontay Wilder.
And the reason I say Parker will get the better of it is because he has better technique. Wilder's a lot sloppier when he throws that right hand.
Doing the right thing there, Parker, covering up well, grabbing hold of Wilder, nullifying the threat of that right hand again.
I agree, Darren. I would love to see Parker walk him back now. Just walk him back and kill the time. You got a minute left, and you shock the world.
Part of Deontay Wilder's legacy is on the line here. He's been criticized for his opponents. Of course, he defended his WBC title 10 times. But the big, true champion he fought was Tyson Fury. Other than that, just Luis Ortiz until tonight. Joseph Parker has seemingly won almost every round.
There we go. Parker doing the right thing now, holding on as much as possible. This is time in his side now.
If I'm Joe Parker, I'm taking a knee.
Big right hand right there.
I might take 3 knees.
30 seconds to go.
Of course you'll take a knee, Maddox.
Parker thinking about the exclamation point. Caught Wilder with a left hook.
Right here, now it's time for Parker to back up. Hands in the air, soak it up, move around the ring. This is your Sugar Ray Leonard moment, because you shocked the world.
He did it. Joseph Parker, the New Zealand man, has just seemingly beaten the Bronze Bomber and did it in dominating fashion.
I'm not too sure why Wilder is raising his right hand. That's incredible. That was a very smart performance from Parker. I don't think we can call it anything other than that. It was spot on, it was precise, it was accurate. It's exactly what he needed to do to get the victory against Wilder this evening.
I'll give you some more adjectives. Smart, responsible, disciplined, perfection. That's beautiful boxing right there. We've seen another shutout by Joseph Parker.
And you're right, Wilder's pumping his fist, playing to the crowd a little bit like he thinks he won.
He's got to be playing mind games there. That's ridiculous. There is no way in a million years Wilder has won that contest. And he'll kick himself. If he ever does watch this fight back, what was he so hesitant? Why was he not letting the shots go? I know he had respect for the right hand of Parker, but still, you need to detonate that bit. He spoke all week about him being Dr. Sleep, carrying such dramatic, showcasing right hands, but he didn't throw any.
Hey, let's pause for a minute. This is boxing. Sometimes we kind of get caught up in a narrative. Is there any way, Sergio?
No.
Is there any way that Wilder's right and we're wrong?
Absolutely not. This was the Joseph Parker show. This was the Andy Lee show. We saw We saw a perfect game plan executed once again. That man deserves all the credit in the world. The crowd knows it. Everyone here saw it. Congratulations, Joseph Parker. What a victory.
I mean, it was more of the same. He tried to close the gap, Wilder. He tried to land some right hands inside, but every time he did so, Parker was firing back with his own shots. And it was the head positioning of Parker that was so impressive, just kept him out of harm's way every time Wilder threw the right hand. Nice left hook, and there's the position of the head, working the body, a couple a little low, but just showing total disregard for the power.
And we gotta go back to what we believe in boxing. Activity is key, especially the older you are. This is what happens when you only fought one round in over 2 years. And when Parker, who fought this was his 4th fight in 2023. Activity is what makes fighters dangerous.
So Deontay Wilder, for only the 3rd time in his career, goes the full 12 rounds. He beat Stavern by decision and lost, or had a draw with Tyson Fury in the other one. How surprised are you, Darren, by the way this fight unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm impressed with what Parker done, but I feel very let down by Wilder. I wanted to see more from this man here. I'm surprised at the body language, but this is true elation. You can see that they know they've won this fight. They've set out, like you said, Sergio, a perfect game plan to beat this man.
Let's send it into the ring now, and Mr. Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the Riyadh season scorecards. Michael Alexander scores it 118 to 111. John Latham has it 118 to 110. And Steve Gray scores it 120 to 108. All 3 scores go to the winner by unanimous decision from New Zealand. He is Big Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker delivers in the biggest fight of his life, and now the heavyweight division is his oyster. What does he do next? Who does he take on? Perhaps it's the winner of our next fight, AJ versus Otto Wallen.
Well, to me, that would make sense. We kind of pitched this as 2 semi-finals. Parker's won the first one, over to AJ and Wallen now. What a performance.
Andy Lee over here shaking hands with Darren Barker and Sergio, saying, I told you so, and boy, was he right.
Yeah.
But I don't think even he knew that Wilder would fight quite the way he did.
No, just showed far too much respect for the work of Parker and just neglected his own work, his own power. Just did not get going.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we expect a more competitive, explosive fight at the end of January as Jaime Munguia, the undefeated Mexican warrior, takes on the Gorilla, Sean Ryder, in a 12-round super middleweight clash live and exclusively here on DAZN. So Joseph Parker, after that defeat to Joe Joyce 15 months ago, has now won 4 straight fights, including this one, the biggest of his life, against Deontay Wilder. Here's Chris Mannix.
Joseph, congratulations. You were very confident that you were going to get it done coming into this fight, but did you expect to win like that?
Lava, Deontay Wilder. I just want to say a lot of respect to Wilder. Dangerous fight, tough fight, but we trained very hard for this. We were purely focused and we had great momentum coming into this fight. And I'll tell you, everyone had plans, other plans, but this is God's plan.
What was the strategy for you coming into this fight?
the strategy that we discussed with Andy before the fight, I was really fit with the work I'd done with Andy and George, but was to stay calm, stay relaxed, stay focused, switched on for every second, every minute, every round. And listen, there's always things to work on, but today we got the win. Merry Christmas to us.
You were the one applying the pressure throughout this fight. Were you surprised at all by the way that Deontay fought?
Listen, Deontay's got a new coach, and maybe he's applying the new things they're working on. But maybe inactivity did play a big part. Listen, I just want to send my love to all my family back in Samoa. Dai love mo ka poinga, wife and kids back home. Can't wait to see you guys. And listen, this is a great finish to the year.
You did a tremendous job staying away from that right hand, which you said all along was the key to winning this fight. How were you able to stay away from it so effectively?
Practice, 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 work. And listen, I had to be aware all the times. He did catch me a few times on the guard, and I'll tell you this, it's very hard right hand. So if it landed clean, it would have been different, but today's my day.
We talked about the inactivity of Deontay. You've been the opposite. You've been very active this year. How much do you think that helped you in this fight?
Helped me massively. Just like I said before, momentum. Working with Andy and George continuously in camp and not getting out of shape. And listen, I'm very, very happy.
You won a world championship before, but is this win bigger?
This is massive. This is the toughest opponent I've faced. Biggest right hand, and what can I say? We've done a great team, me and my whole team here. Spencer Brown, thanks for everything. Tyson Fury, thanks for all your help. Appreciate it a lot.
How useful was Tyson Fury in preparation for this fight?
Massive help. We trained in Ireland, then we moved over to England. Tyson gave us his time, sparring, discussing with Andy things to do, and what can I say? It all came to plan.
You just upset the boxing apple cart. What is it that you want to do next?
I'm back! Anything, I'm ready for everything.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to turn to Deontay. Deontay, when that final bell rang, it seemed like you felt you did enough to get the win, did you?
Yeah, I did, but my timing was off a little bit. And big ups to Joseph. He did a great job avoiding a lot of my punches. We make no excuses tonight, you know what I mean? It was a good fight, and we move on to the next thing.
What went wrong for you out there? You said your timing was off. You've been inactive, except for one round, over the last 2 years. Do you think that played a part in this?
It could have, but we're not going to base it off of that. We're just going to go in. We did what we did, and we move on to the next. You know what I mean? We live to see another day, and that's what it's all about. And just ready to go home to my children, you know what I mean, and love all over them.
You've seen a lot of Joseph Parker over the years. What was your strategy coming into this fight? Because it felt like you wanted to move a lot more than we've seen you move in the past.
Yeah, most definitely, just to stay calm and throw a couple of jabs and set up the right hand and stuff like that. Like again, like I said, time was off a little bit. He did a good job avoiding and ducking and stuff like that. I did feel like I had the upper hand, but things happen. Like I said, you move on to the next thing. Today is my daughter's birthday, so inshallah that I make it and see her. And like I said, we move on to the next step.
There was a lot of talk during the week about you and Anthony Joshua. Was that in any way a distraction for you coming into this fight?
Just a little bit. It's a lot of talk about different things, but we're making no excuses tonight, man. It was a great crowd. I enjoyed being here in Riyadh, baby. Thank you guys for coming out and supporting the card, and we'll be back for sure.
You said you'll be back. I know you want to go home and spend time with your family over the holidays, but at 38, do you still want to be in this game? Do you want to rebuild? How do you want to approach your career?
We'll see what happens. We have a little bit more left, and I've done a great job with managing my money, investing, and I'm a happy fighter. You know what I'm saying? We go in here and do what we do, and we go home and leave and spread love to the family and all our loved ones, and on to the next. I'm a warrior, so I'll be back soon, and if not, then it's been an enjoyment. It's been a pleasure, and I appreciate everybody for the love and the support that they've been giving me for over the years.
Well, you know yourself. I mean, you clawed your way to the top from the Olympics to World Championship. Do you still have that same fire you used to?
I don't know. A lot has calmed me down. I've done ayahuasca. I've been in Rhythmia and done ayahuasca. I've found a lot of peace in my life. I found a lot of happiness in my life. I've been wearing this smile all week long, and I'm going to still wear it. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to wear my smile all week long because I'm blessed and I'm highly favored. And I don't think nothing can stop me on that, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about, being a warrior, going in and giving it all you got. And if you come up shorthand, you just get back up and you keep trying. That's what life is all about. Falling and getting back up, falling and getting back up. You can't quit, you can't give up, you must keep going. For we all have greatness in us. For greatness is only determined by service. And I'm gonna continue to apply my service, baby.
Appreciate it, Deontay.
Thank you so much.